Right, I'm just going to show you a very quick post-run cool down. It's just the one that I do. I'm just back from a run now, hot and sweaty, so I'm going to show you what I do. It won't take too long at all. I usually just untie the laces and get my feet, balls of my feet up to the edge of the step. Usually bottom step of the stairs if it's raining, or outdoors if you can. I'm just letting my heels drop down. This just gives me a little bit of stretch through the back of the calf area. You know, the gastrocs muscle, the soleus muscle. Those big guys just need a little time. Sometimes even just pulsing a little bit. Just slow, easy movements. How long? Honestly, there's no science behind it, so I just do it for as long as I feel. Let they get a little stretch out. Then it has to be shoes and socks off to get a decent stretch. We always come in from a run and think of, oh, stretch your quads, stretch your hamstrings, your glutes. Everyone forgets about the feet, and they're the most important part because they've been doing a huge amount of work. So to just get those feet a little bit stretched out, just bring yourself onto the ball of the foot back again, ball of the foot back again, wiggle out the toes, spread them out, and then the same on the other side. You know, it'd be pretty foolish to leave those guys out. Let's then just get down to all fours, take it nice and easy now. The back often all in one position usually if you're a straight line runner, so it's nice just to loosen that out. Bit of cat-cow stuff. Breathing in as your head goes up, breathing out as the head goes down. I always feel the need to do that after a run. It's a nice, easy going stretch. Moving back to child's pose. Lovely. And then just wiggling out the hips and the spine a little bit. I'm going to get a little bit more detailed now. It's nice to have something to balance beside. Just stick out the right foot in front of you. And all I'd suggest here is pull the toes of that straight right leg out in front of you. Pull the toes up to the ceiling or the sky. And at the same time, a gentle push back of the right hip towards the wall behind you. That's going to tap into these hamstrings a little bit. Just giving them a little easy going stretch, nothing major. One rule of thumb is just hold that stretch and use your breath. Don't hold your breath, hold it for about 6 breaths each side is a nice rule of thumb to go by. And we'll take the other side up. Toes pull up to the ceiling. The hip on that side pushes to the wall behind you. And it's all about just timing it really with your breath, because if you hold your breath while you're stretching, you're missing out a little bit. You want to get oxygen into the system technically to help you out. Lovely. From there, sunnies off, hips up. Now we're pedaling into the legs here. We're just giving the backs of the legs a lovely little stretch out. And for the hip flexors, take that right foot in front, lower down the left knee, and bring your hands up to your hips. Now, you can probably see from the video that my left hip here is further back than my right hip. To get a decent hip flexor stretch, gently push the left hip forwards, drawing the right hip back a little bit, and then tuck the tailbone down. And bingo, gives me a nice stretch across the front of the left hip. All you need to do is breathe there. You can give yourself an upper body stretch as well if you want. You don't have to. It's just another option. I mean, the hands have been down here running for however long you've been going, so sometimes it's nice just to get the upper body stretched out a little bit and the shoulders stretched out a little bit. I mean, there's so many variations you can do here while you're getting the hip stretch below. You can see a couple of options there in the video, and all of them you modify, suit yourself, feel what works for you. Back we go. Left foot forwards, right leg down, up you come. Keeping that knee over the ankle is a healthy way to protect that knee in front as well here. And now, as you can probably see pretty easily now, the right hip drags back when the right leg is back. So push the right hip forward slightly, drawing the left hip back a little bit. And then tuck down the tailbone while you draw the pubic bone up to your belly button. And there are all the switches to get the best stretch on the front here. Now if you push down that back knee to the floor, push down the back, shin to the floor. You're developing a little bit more of an active stretch rather than just a passive static stretch. There's a bit more activity going on there, which could be better for you. Shoulders again, here's just another couple of options, things that you can do. You can twist. Really is a good few options, so you can make it up. Do what feels right for your body at the time. Up we go. Back. After being on your feet all that time, it's nice to take the weight off the ground, and you can get the quads pretty easily and comfortably here. So grabbing the foot or tracksuit pants, whatever you can get, grabbing that leg up behind you, keeping the knees close together and the foot near enough to your bum. I don't want the foot hanging out to the side, or at the same time I wouldn't like the knee hanging out to the side. You're trying to keep neutral alignment. You want your hip, your knee, your ankle all tracking along the same plane, as it should do when you're running in an ideal world. Now your switch for a proper stretch here is to push the pubic bone down onto the mat, the front of the pelvis, the front of the two hips, down onto the mat. After 6 deep breaths on one side, you can flip it over and try 6 deep breaths on the opposite side. You do need to make that push down of the pelvis onto the mat for this to be a decent and effective stretch. And again, we're talking about more of an active stretch rather than just passively dragging one part of your body. You know what I mean? You'll feel the difference as soon as you do it. Sweet. Up for the glutes. Just moving back into child's pose, taking it handy. And then let's get back. But again, you can do all these standing as well, but sometimes you've been out for a long run, you've been on your feet. It's nice to take the weight off the feet and the knees. Give your body a little chance. Cross your right foot over your left thigh and hug the left thigh in towards you. If that feels comfortable, you don't feel like you're getting much of a stretch there, there's lots of options. You can gently push this right shin down into the left thigh, and that will make it more of a strong stretch, an active stretch. The other options, you could wrap your hands around your shin here, so that draws this leg closer to you, and the closer gently that this gets brought to you, the more of a stretch you're going to have here, without any ankle or knee pain. There should be nothing, no discomfort around here. You should just be feeling a stretch in the outer right hip. All that talk, I've stretched myself out. I'll go to the other side. And with stuff like this, when you do it regularly, it becomes pretty routine. It's nice just to give your body a little bit of a cool down after you've been out pummeling the tarmac or wherever it is that you're on. Now, the really good stuff. Bring yourself back up to sitting. Once you're sitting, it's all about the feet. So, your feet have been working really, really hard. We did a small little roll back, roll forwards for your feet at the start. However, every single joint should be able to move freely. And sometimes around the big toe, we can get a bit stiff, or the ball of the foot. So just pick up that big toe joint and just wiggle it, move it up and down. Get right down to the knuckle of the big toe, if you will. Move it up and down. Get the second toe separated, third toe, fourth toe. Just give them all a good wiggle around. Get familiar with your feet. Get your hands, wrap them around the ball of the foot, and just give it as much of a massage as you possibly can. Can you imagine how much these little joints, the foot, everything has been squished into a runner doing a repetitive movement for such a long period of time? It's bound to feel the need to stretch, but often this is the secret. This is the stuff we leave out. We're not told it often enough. We don't know. Give it a good bit of movement. Fab. See the other side. And when you get up from this, you'll feel great. Ready for food. Ready for shower, whatever it is your routine is post-run, post-exercise. Doesn't always have to be after a run, this. I will do one for cycling in the future, so look out for it. Cyclists will spend a lot more time on the front of the body and opening it out, especially for the back and the hips. Really important. All right. Hope you got on okay with that one and have fun with that. Let me know how you get on.